Welcome, everyone, to the second annual Stanley Pup, the coolest canine competition in all of sports, featuring only the fiercest, fluffiest, four-legged warriors from all across the National Hockey League.
And while these pups are absolutely adorable, I mean, look at those little faces, they're also absolutely adoptable, because this isn't just a battle for the best in the NHL. It's a rip-roaring roundup and celebration of rescue pups on and off the ice everywhere.
Hello, hockey and animal lovers. I'm Mark Chinook.
And I'm Chris Rose. We are coming to you live from Four Paws Arena, where we are just moments away from puck drop.
If you missed last year's inaugural run at Lord Stanley's Canine Cup, here's a pup-dated version of what went down. Last year, pets across the globe watched as 16 dogs from the NHL's postseason went head-to-head in an East versus West showdown where Team East roared its way into the record books with a 7-5 win over Team West.
For this year's competition, we opened it up league-wide, recruiting 32 adorable rescue pups to lace up their tiny little skates, okay, maybe just their tiny little collars, and represent every NHL team in the ultimate face-off.
And now a different chase begins.
It's a chase for greatness, for glory, for the ultimate prize for only the goodest girls and little boys. It's the chase for the 2025 Stanley Pup,
which starts right now. As the kitten crew on the ones and twos gets the crowd hyped for puck drop.
Those cats can scratch. You watch out, Tiesto.
Or dead mouse. Let's walk you through the rules this season. We've teamed up with our friends at Petco Love, the incredible nonprofit on a mission to help pets find loving homes. Together with their nationwide network of partner organizations, they've recruited a brand new lineup of adoptable pups to compete for the Cup.
That's 32 pups from 32 cities, drafted into 4 all-star squads: Atlantic, Metropolitan, Central, and Pacific.
First, the Eastern divisions go head-to-head, then the divisions out west face off. Once we know our doggy division champs, it's time for the Canine Conference winners to clash in the Stanley Pup Final.
And don't forget the best part. Every single one of these pups is up for adoption. You can learn more and get involved at petcolove.org/StanleyPup. Because whether they win the cup or not, every pup here is already a champion.
Now enough barking. It's time for our first matchup. The Atlantic takes on the Metro for a spot in the final.
Sit, stay, and say hey to these starting lineups.
First up, the Atlantic division.
In goal from the Boston Bruins is a cuddle pup who never says no to a hug, Jeremy Spayman.
And defending the den, all the way from the Buffalo Sabres, Sweden's own Rasmus Dahlin.
His partner back there is Maple Leafs defender with a snout for syrup and two-way play, Morgan Ruffley.
Representing the 2024 Stanley Cup champion Cats, it's the ultimate Florida man, Matthew Tkachuk.
And the Montreal Canadiens center with a nose for the net, Slick Nick Suzuki.
At right wing, Canada's capital city canine from the Ottawa Senators, Claude Growl.
Next up is a pup with a penchant for plays, Tampa Bay's go-to playmaker, Braden Pointer.
And finally, it's the Motor City Mutt and the Red Wings' very own D-Boss, Dylan Barkin.
That's a legit all-star lineup, Mark. Now let's see how the Metro division matches up.
Starting in net from Columbus, a Latvian who ain't nothing but a hound dog, with saves that'll leave you all shook up, Elvis Merzlikins.
I got goosebumps. On defense, the ultimate lead dog from the Washington Capitals, John Snarlson.
His partner in crime back there, a pup with an Olympic pedigree. It's the New Jersey Devils' Doggy Hamilton.
Better batten down the hatches. We've got the Carolina Hurricanes, Taylor Howell, flying in at left wing.
From Long Island, it's the Isles' slightly smaller, but oh so mighty center, Jean-Gabriel Pageau.
The that legendary lettuce, fresh from Madison Square Garden. It's New York Rangers star center Mika Zibanejad. Flying high from Philly, a right winger with bark, bite, and brotherly love. It's Travis K9 Ekney.
And finally, the heart and soul of Steel City, Pittsburgh Penguins legend Sid the Kid, Sidney Crosby.
That's one powerhouse pack out there, Mark.
Absolutely. Plus, they've got guest coach and proud dog dad, Good Morning America's Will Reeve will be pulling the lead.
We're not playing for kibbles and bits out here. This is the Stanley Pup. I need you to be some dogs out there. All those belly rubs and head scratches have prepared you for this moment. But you need to show the world what we all know about shelter dogs, about your heart, about your appetite, about your drive, about your ability to play fetch and give cuddles. Now go out there and show what it means to be a shelter dog for the Metropolitan team.
Can we play some flippin' hockey already?
Before we do, we have some memorable highlights from the U.S. and Canadian national anthems performed by international recording artist La Puerca.
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. We're the land of the free and the home of the brave. Nailed it.
Okay, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's get to the ice, where referee Mike is ready for puck drop.
Welcome to the 2025 Stanley Pup Eastern Conference Finals. We got to keep it clean, fight hard, and we're going to have a ball, or should I say, a puck. Here we go, boys.
And the biscuit is dropped.
Let the slobberfest begin. This is puppy playoff hockey. In this game, anything goes, and we truly mean anything. No fixed positions, no line changes, just pure instinct and a whole lot of sniffing.
And goals. Anything that crosses the line counts. Right out of the crate, there's some bold roster moves here, Chris. Atlantic's Braden Pointer is in net as the Metro's Merzlikins threatens in the offensive zone. Here comes Spayman.
Whoa, tremendous kick-out save by the Bruins Bulldog.
The strongman slides out.
Just an unreal save standing on his head.
Pointer clears the net, makes room for Toronto's Ruffley, who steals the strongman. Score!
Morgan Ruffley with our first goal of the Stanley Cup playoffs. It is 1-0 for those Alphas from the Atlantic. That is unbelievable. They certainly earned those sellies. That's got to be a record for quickest goal in Stanley Cup history.
Yeah, we'll get the stats crew on that one. In the meantime, let's take a sec to celebrate the real game-winning goal today, and that's helping pets find their forever home.
That's right. Thanks to our friends at Petco Love, some NHLers, and a few surprise guests, they're all shining a light on rescue pups all night long.
Hi everyone, it's Jamie Lee Curtis here, and many of you know I am a dog lover and a firm believer in adopting rescues, which is why I have joined this year's Stanley Pup to find homes for shelter dogs in need. Just like Monroe, a 1-year-old husky mix from Los Angeles Animal Services South LA campus. He is playful, social, and has plenty of laid-back charm. Before you say saving one dog won't change anything, let me tell you, you're wrong, because for that one dog like Monroe, changes everything. So if Monroe sounds like the right pup for you or someone you know, check out the website below to learn about incredible rescue dogs, also looking for their forever home. God bless you, and thank you.
And thank you, Jamie Lee Curtis, for always advocating for people to rescue and for introducing us to the magnificent Monroe. When we come back, we'll see if the Metro whimpers or barks back as we drop the puck for the second period.
Don't go barking up a tree. We'll be back in a jiff.
What's up, Stanley Pup? Eddie Chooch and Cece here. When I heard that there was going to be a hockey game with rescue puppies, you know we had to be a part of it. because my dogs literally saved my life. All right, I'll let you guys get back to it, okay? Go Flyers.
Welcome back to this year's Stanley Pup. I'm Mark Chinook.
And I'm Chris Rose. You just saw that sweet video of Eddie, Chooch, and Cece. Sadly, Chooch passed away unexpectedly shortly after that video and didn't get the chance to cheer for his Stanley Pups. So tonight, we're honoring Chooch's spirit and celebrating all the pets who bring us so much love. In his memory, we'd love to see your four-legged fans watching tonight's game.
So make sure to post a pic of your adorable pets watching tonight's game to social media with the hashtag #StanleyPup.
And hashtag Eddie and Chooch. Now let's head back to the action. It is period 2 of the Eastern Conference Final, and it starts right now.
Buffalo's Dalish wins the faceoff. Snarlson tries to steal, but Dalish maintains control. He sees a lane open up and he drives to the net. Oh, Dalish loses control just short of the net.
Oh, great save!
Big break for Metro there. Carolina's Howell's got the puck.
That's the intensity we love. Keep that up, Howell.
He's taking his time with it or sniffing in circles.
Take a look at Spayman, right where he needs to be, protecting the net like ADT.
Pittsburgh's Sidney Posby trying to make something happen behind the net. Spayman chases him away. Posby battles through and score! Sidney Posby with incredible tenacity just bulldozes that squeaker stick right into the net.
Good boy, Posby. Good boy.
What dogged determination. That's next level veteran canine composure. That pup's a legend. What can you say?
I'm gonna say this pause in the action gives us a chance to hear from the Washington Capitals' Brandon "Doggy" Duhaime and rookie phenom Ryan Leonard.
I heard you're the boss. Yeah. This is Bonnie, and this is Clyde. I don't think Clyde likes you, man.
Oh, we're boys. He's just tired. These 8-week-old Terrier Aussie mixes are both looking for their forever home and are available through the Lucky Dog Rescue right here in the DC area.
Yeah, that's a really good spot, huh? For more information, go to petcolove.org/StanleyPup or click the QR code below. Adopt some love today.
Thanks, Brandon and Ryan, for reminding all of us that amazing puppies like Bonnie and Clyde are in shelters right now, waiting for their forever home.
That is the truth. All right, let's get back to the action. There's still plenty of puppy hockey left to play.
Atlantic's taking a moment to regroup behind the net.
John Snarlson's not having any of it. Oh, Snarlson and Pointer, they're looking to dance.
That might have crossed the line there. We'll see what the ref says. Looks like it could be roughing.
In the penalty box, roughing.
That's just playoff intensity, Mark. You gotta simply let them play through it.
Yeah, we've got our first power play of the game. We'll see if Atlantic pups can convert.
Metro's got their league-leading PK9 unit out there, so it's not gonna be easy.
Perfect positioning by Zabonajad and Pajot. Dalish sees an opening.
Snarlson trying to warn his teammates, or maybe escape the penalty box. Get back in there.
Dalish inches towards the goal line.
Look at those lick handling skills.
Yes, goal! Throw another bone on the board for Team Atlantic.
I don't know, Mark. I'm not so sure that's a goal.
You might be right, Roser. The puck doesn't fully cross the line. We're headed to the Situation Room in Toronto while we take a closer look.
Yeah, that's new, somewhat controversial Stanley Pup protocol this season. No goal. That's clearly what I'm seeing here, Mark.
It's time for the meowment of truth. Let's go to the rough for the call.
After further review, good goal.
It's a goal for Dalish. 2-1 Atlantic. We'll take a sec to cool down and head down ringside, where reporter Michelle Gingras is live with Metropolitan Team's guest coach, Will Reeve. And it looks like Mika Zabonajad.
Thanks, guys. Coach, mid-game, lots of action so far on the ice. What are you seeing out there?
Seeing some good things, but we're getting distracted. I've seen a lot of kisses out there. It's not really what I was hoping to see, but it is so cute that I'm kind of just rolling with it.
Any surprises on the ice so far?
We know it's playoff hockey, so we know it can be chirpy. Didn't know it would be this chompy. But either way, they're going to get a lot of love and treats and hopefully a forever home.
And that's what really matters. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Michelle. Always great to hear from the coach's perspective.
Yes, it is. Let's see if his team follows his lead. Toronto's Roughlies having a go at Posby behind the net as Ottawa's Growl looks on.
Referee!
Hey, 2 minutes into the box. Interference.
All right, special teams, power play, power play.
Meanwhile, in the ultimate power move, Spayman is dismantling the ref toy.
He's sending a message to the ref.
Take a look at Dalish. He's in a full-on tug-of-war with the ref toy's dismantled leg and the ref himself.
I hate to say it, but referee Mike might have lost control of this game. Oh, what? Is that even a goal?
Anything goes, am I right?
Goal!
I'd say that's a short-hounded goal for Don Leash and Team Atlantic.
What do we, oh my God. We're just chasing our tails out there.
And Dalish continues to savor his win with the sweet, sweet taste of revenge.
It is a dish best served cold or on ice.
Looks like I need a sub.
Mike's calling for some referee reinforcements.
Referee Wes McPauley.
With Wes on the whistle, these pups gotta behave. No limb chewing or ref shredding allowed on Wes's watch.
They playing clean? Yeah, you think so? Okay. All right, I'll trust your judgment on this one.
And that sound means the end of the second period of the Eastern Conference Final.
And time for a break, but first, a message from one of tonight's sponsors, Bissell. The #1 floor care brand purchased by pet owners. Through Bissell's support of Bissell Pet Foundation, founder Kathy Bissell is leading the way to help families and shelters all over the country have affordable access to spay and neuter their pets through their Fix the Future initiative. Take a look.
I had 3 dogs growing up. I loved animals, but I'd never adopted a pet. So when Katrina hit, I went to take pictures of the dogs that had come in from New Orleans, and that's the first time I ever stepped foot in a shelter, and it was life-changing for me.
So adorable.
This is Fix the Future. It's run by Bissell Pet Foundation.
We work with different organizations who bring animals from their own community here to get fixed and then bring them back to the owners.
Detroit has a huge overpopulation of animals. We struggle to find vet care for the animals that live in our city, and we need all the help that we can get.
Fix the Future is the fastest growing spay and neuter initiative in the country. We're in 27 states right now, and every day we have at least 30 veterinarians spaying and neutering somewhere in the U.S.
They get sterilized, vaccinated, and microchipped. They get a heartworm test for free. The Bissell Pet Foundation takes care of all of that.
The cost of a spay and neuter can run $600 to $800 for a dog.
What we're trying to do with this program is make it affordable. A lot of organizations don't want to use spay and neuter as their cause because it's not raising funds for them. But everybody knows it is the most important thing.
There just aren't enough homes for the number of animals that are out there.
When we can stop them from having litter after litter after litter, it allows more animals a chance to get adopted.
Good boy. The Bissell Pet Foundation has touched the lives of over 1 million animals, and I think that that is amazing.
Kathy Bissell is my idol. It's just incredible to see the team she's built, the difference she's made.
There are so many people whose pets have never even seen a vet. We are working hard to bring awareness to save lives, to help make a difference until every pet has a home.
That is truly incredible work Bissell Pet Foundation is doing.
Absolutely, access is key. Now it's time for a much-needed potty break.
That is for sure. Anybody see a fire hydrant around here? I got it.
Here you go. Settle down. When we come back, it's the thrilling final period of Game 1. So stay right there. More Stanley Pup right after this.
It's an eye-opener for me to see the amount of animals that are homeless. I think Humane Society has done a great job. They gave everyone a chance. They take obviously great care of them, but there's a lot of dogs and cats for that matter too, looking for homes, and if they can't find a home, they're gonna stay there forever. So I think it's important that, first and foremost, that people looking to get dogs go to shelters, try and adopt instead of shop.
Words to live by, literally, from two-time Stanley Cup champion Victor Hedman, AKA the Big Swede.
And how Swede it is, here as the Metro and Atlantic divisions dig deep and battle it out for the greatest trophy in the canine kingdom, the Stanley Pup. Let's head back to the ice for the final period with Atlantic leading Metro 3-1.
Look at that energy out there. This is going to be one intense third period.
It's the playoffs. These pups are giving it everything they've got. They are fired up. Rasmus Dahlin teams up with Morgan Ruffley on a 2-on-0 opportunity.
Oh, wide left, wide right.
Neither player can convert on the odd pup rush. Talk about a missed opportunity.
That one's gonna hurt, but these Atlantic pups, they're relentless.
Dylan Barkin finds an open puck.
Snarly sees him.
Holy crow! Look at John locked-in Snarlson. Back at center ice, Snarlson rips the ref doll right out of the referee's pants. He sprints to the and it's a goal!
Simply sensational!
Here we go, Snarly.
Snarlson pulls the pups from the Metro to within one.
Just 30 seconds left on the clock.
Desperation time for Metro. Keep an eye on goalie Elvis Merzlikins.
Come here, boy. Come here, boy. Come here. Boop, 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 boop.
Coach Reeves got to pull him for the extra attacker. Immediately pounces on the blue tug toy. Oh, just short. That was a grade A chance for the equalizer.
Looks like some referee interference, if you ask me.
Merzlikins got it. Dahlin rips it away.
That's a slippery sweep.
Who's gonna get it? Goal! Rasmus Dahlin. Are you kidding me?
And with the Hattie, no less.
With a final score, 4-2, the Pups from the Atlantic claim the Eastern Conference title and their spot in this year's Stanley Pup Final.
What a battle. Team Metro's got nothing to be ashamed of. That was a phenomenal effort by both squads.
You're all MVPs to me.
We are getting word that Metro team's coach Will Reeve is addressing the media.
Coach, how'd we do today?
We left it all out there, but ended up chasing our own tails. We've relied on John Snarlson, veteran blue liner, but got to stay out of the penalty box. Sid's an all-time great, and you wouldn't expect to get distracted, but sometimes the pull of the chew toy is just too much. But my promise to you is that I will give everything that I have, and these dogs will give everything they have, and we will be back. You have not seen the last of the Metropolitan team.
Even though it stings right now, we all know there truly are no losers in the Stanley Pup.
Exactly. It's all about helping rescue pups find loving homes. And these pups, they're chasing history.
And speaking of history, this year Alex Ovechkin made it in a big way.
Cross ice, Ovechkin fires! This season, Capitals forward Alex Ovechkin slid into the history books after burying this goal. Number 895, chasing down Wayne Gretzky's record to become the NHL's all-time top scorer. Yeah! And now, his four-legged namesake is chasing down a milestone of his own.
That's right, Ovi's very own puppy protege and doppelganger, Alex Ovechkin is just one goal away from becoming the Stanley Pup's all-time leading scorer.
Tonight, here at Four Paws Arena, this pup is attempting to complete his great chase and fetch the record once and for all.
Standing in his way, viral sensation and Stanley Pup superfan Whiskey Toller, a legendary champion trick dog with stick-handling skills for days. Speaking of legends, what's this? The Great One's canine counterpart, Wayne Gretzky, headed down to the ice to witness this very moment. You simply couldn't script it any better.
Okay, here we go.
Ovechkin lines up. He shoots. He scores! History made here at Four Paws Arena.
A record-breaking goal and a celebratory slide of his own.
Put that pup in the history books, folks, because Ovechkin isn't just top dog, he is officially a Stanley Pup Hall of Famer.
And now it's time for our Rinkside Report with Michelle Gingras, brought to you by Blue Buffalo.
Thanks, Mark and Chris. I'm down here ringside, and let me tell you, the energy after Game 1 is positively electric. The Atlantic pups controlled the biscuit and set the tone early. Buffalo's Rasmus DeLeash led the charge with that hat trick, while John Snarlson from the Caps really lived up to his reputation. The Leafs' Morgan Ruffley had a great game, and in the end, it was the Atlantic team who dug deep, stayed on leash, and came out on top. But no matter which pack you're rooting for, the pups brought the grit, the growl, and of course, the cuteness.
Thanks, Michelle.
You know, Mark, one of the reasons we're proud to team up with Blue Buffalo is because, just like us, they believe all dogs deserve a forever home and the best care possible. In fact, the company started with a promise to a dog named Blue to always provide the highest quality ingredients.
And the best part? Blue Buffalo foods are made with high-quality, natural ingredients with real meat first. And their Life Protection formula offers recipes made specifically for each life stage, breed size, and unique needs. It's all about helping pets flourish, whether they grow up to be a star athlete or stars of their forever homes. Blue Buffalo has products to nourish every pet. Just like their promise to Blue, our promise tonight is to help these pups find their forever families. Thanks to Blue Buffalo, each pup will be going home with the nutrition they need to grow and thrive.
That's right. Every puppy featured tonight will go home with their very own Blue Buffalo swag bag.
There it is.
Or as we like to call it around here, a wag bag. It's filled with delicious, high-quality food and treats to start their next chapter off right. Because here, every dog's an MVP. That's most valuable pup, of course.
That's amazing. It's a win, no matter what the scoreboard says.
Love it. And with that, it's almost time for game 2. It's the battle for the West, which means fresh ice for everyone.
And here we go, right on cue, the Zamboni Ice Resurfacer Machine and our very own Kitten Ice Crew in action.
Now that's how you get imperfections out of the ice.
When we come back, it's time to drop the puck on the Western Conference Final. So don't go anywhere. Stanley Pup rolls on right after this. The 2025 Stanley Pup is brought to you by Bissell, Blue Buffalo, and Petco Love. Welcome back to the second annual Stanley Pup. I'm Mark Chinook,
AKA Nooksy.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I'm here with Chris Rose,
AKA Roser. Hey, you know, it's hockey. You gotta have some nicknames.
You gotta have them. And if you're just joining us, you might have missed the tail-wagging, fur-flying nail-biter between the Metropolitan and Atlantic divisions to crown the Kings of the East. But there's plenty more hockey mutt mayhem to come.
I am so pumped. I could chew my own shoe. Yeah. Playoff pound hockey, it just hits different. You know, Nooksy? You know? I love it!
I love the enthusiasm, and yes, it does, Roser. It's time for our second conference clash of the tournament as the Central and Pacific divisions face off in their canine quest for Lord Stanley's Pup Cup. Now let's meet the players. First off, in net for Team Pacific is the boldest, backstoppingest Beagle mix you'll ever meet, Dustin Wolf.
Flying north for the summer and the Anaheim Ducks, it's right winger Troy Terrier. He's a true terrier with the puck.
Centering the attack from Oilers Nation, it's Edmonton's ever-electric Neon Leon Outsidel.
Anchoring the blue line from Sin City's Vegas Golden Knights, the defender who's cute and fierce, Shafee Adorable.
Aww. From the depths of the Seattle Kraken, the biscuit-burying beast. From the deep, Jared McCanine.
Swimming into the shore from San Jose, a center who shark attacks the net, Tyler Furry.
And representing the Vancouver Canucks, he's light on his paws and heavy on the hustle. Give it up for Jake DeBruff.
And finally, a canine knight of the round table from the LA Kings royalty, Drew Doggy.
And now let's meet their competition from the Central Division.
In net from the Dallas Stars, the otter who just don't give a damn, Jake Ottinger. From the Chicago Blackhawks, a center with slick paws and even slicker moves, it is Tyler Bartuzzi.
Reporting from the Colorado Avalanche, this defender is loyal, tough, and always ready to stay. It's Devin Stays. Flying down the right wing for the Minnesota Wild, the pride of Norway, Mats Arello.
From Nashville, a winger with a bark as strong as his bite, it's Philip Forsberg.
This next pup's known from the moon and back. From St. Louis, it's Dylan Holloway.
Up next from Winnipeg, a Dane who's known to slobber, Nikolai Yellers.
And speaking of slobber, repping the brand new Utah Mammoth, give a big bark for Logan Druley.
Boy, these teams have got some serious star power, don't they?
Speaking of stars, Central Pups have a real ringer of a coach barking commands. Legendary comedian, actress, and dog mom, Sherry O'Terry.
All right, pups. Let's huddle up and take a deep sniff, okay? Because today is the day you chase greatness like it's a mailman with a pocket full of jerky. All right, now, no chewing the puck, no sniffing honey just to get a leg up, and no dragging your anus on the ice. Yes, I know, it feels good. Trust me. Now, once your back fur up and your nose is down, use those unclipped nails to grab that ice and dig deep. Whose bark is as big as their bite? I can't hear you. Whose bark is as big as their bite? Let's go and win this mother fluffing game. Yeah!
Well, if that pep talk from Coach Sherry O'Terry, AKA Sherry O'Terrier, doesn't fire up the pups, nothing will.
It would appear that the student has become the teacher. Well done, Mark. Well done.
All right, tails are wagging and the pups are in position. It is time to start the Western Conference Finals.
I see security still out there doing their final sweep of the building. Look at that little love bug. He's just out there doing his little J-O-B. What a good B-O-Y.
Hey, great work, security. Stay safe out there.
All right, True Doggy. From the kennel to the Kings. Go out there and make us proud. Go get that pup cup.
And we're off. Rookie goaltending sensation Dustin Wolf is primed between the pipes. Meanwhile, Shea Theodorable sniffs out any weak spots. Wolf works his way around the posts. Blues forward Dylan Holloway lining up the puck at the blue line. Wolf comes out of the net right past him.
Did he see a squirrel or something?
I don't know, but Holloway capitalizes.
Look at him go. The pup's got wheels. He's not just going coast to coast. He's got a round-trip ticket.
He leaps over the defender, drives to the net, and score! 1-0 Central Division.
Ooh, the way. Circled the wagons, buried the puck. What a beauty.
Now, while our pups take a timeout, we're heading to Vancouver to meet a dog up for adoption from a superstar crooner, and more importantly, a diehard Canucks fan.
Hey, hockey fans and dog lovers, this is Michael Bublé, and I'm way too thrilled to be partnering with this year's NHL Stanley Pup, which spotlights the BC SPCA and a very special pup for adoption. Meet Sunny. He's a young, beautiful lab mix with a big heart full of love and a smile that could melt an ice rink. He's affectionate, friendly, he walks like a pro on a leash. So, if you live in BC and you're looking for a loyal, joyful companion, you got your man or your dog.
Big thanks to Michael Bublé for showing us how a stray like Sunny can brighten up anyone's day.
So if you're looking to add some sunshine in your life, Scan the QR code on your screen or head to petcolove.org/StanleyPup to find amazing pets available at a local shelter or rescue org near you.
Okay, the pups are back on the ice and already making some noise.
We saw some top shelf hockey in the first, but I'm looking for that extra gear it takes to win championships.
With the Central leading by 1, the pressure's on the Pacific Pups to bark back.
And San Jose's Tyler Tofuri is doing just that. Every team needs that scrappy player. You know, the agitator, the player who gets under the other team's fur.
Looks like Utah's Logan Druley has had enough.
Druley's jumping to that enforcer role when his team needs it.
Windy City's Tyler Bartuzzi piles on.
Hey.
That might just land him in the sin bin.
Nipping. That's 2 minutes.
Central's not going to be happy, but you got to hand it to Tofuri. He played them like a fiddle, and now it's a Pacific Pup power play.
Anaheim's Troy Terrier and Dustin Wolf game plan behind the net. Terrier's got possession. He's on the move, and Troy Terrier with the wraparound walk-in.
What the fuck?
Goal! That Troy Terrier did what he does best. Cool, calm, collected, and stealthy.
The ref scoops up Bartuzzi out of the penalty box, and right off the jump, we've got a puck battle right in front of the net. Here comes Dustin Wolf to try to make the save.
But Winnipeg's Nikolai Yeller's not giving up and drives to the net. He's within inches.
Dustin Stonewall Wolf says not today and drives them out of the crease for the save.
Perfecting his peanut butterfly on that save. That could have been a momentum-changing goal. He read that play like a bedtime story. Calm, focused, and all paws on deck.
You need a hot goalie in the playoffs, and boy, do the Pacific Pups have one. Speaking of standout saves, there's another pup who's been turning heads between the pipes. So much so that she's gone viral. Let's take a look at Maggie, the goalie.
Spin. I have a really special dog. Her name is Maggie. Her favorite game is hockey, and she's actually very good at it. Maggie is very focused on the hockey puck. Anything else doesn't matter. I decided to post some videos online. The next day there was 10,000 views, 100,000 views, and then 1 million views. I've been playing hockey all my life, and I'm lucky because I have a best friend that plays hockey as well.
Whoa, watch out, Igor Shesterkin. Maggie, the German Shepherd, might be coming for your crease.
Somebody signed the dog to a professional contract.
Joining us live from New Brunswick is the internet's favorite netminder herself, Maggie, and her forever dad, Yannick.
Hi, Stanley Pup. How are you?
We're doing great. Now, Yannick, the Stanley Pup is thrilled to present Maggie with the 2025 Golden Puck Award for Outstanding Canine Hockey Player of the Year. If Maggie could talk to us, what do you think she would say?
She would probably tell you that everybody should have a dog, and a dog that plays hockey.
On behalf of everybody here at the Stanley Pup, congratulations.
Thank you.
And with that, we have to take a quick time out.
Stick around, more tail-wagging action right after this. Welcome back to the Stanley Pup.
We all know at the end of the day, the action on the ice is really only the tip of the crease, because here at the Stanley Pup, our main goal is to find forever homes for rescue dogs all across North America.
So let's take a moment to spotlight the real MVPs, dogs in need, and the life-saving work being done by our incredible nonprofit partner, Petco Love.
When disaster strikes, you know that Petco Love will be there to help.
The best thing about Ruffles is just the connection between her and I.
Petting this big, soft, purring cat can be so healing.
It's just a delight to have Amy and Murray come and visit.
All animals are worth saving.
She got off the leash, ran around 10 miles. How quickly can I find her and make her realize like everything's gonna be okay? It took less than 24 hours from when Millie went missing to when I was reunited with her. Petco Love Lost brought Millie home.
Being able to provide something like this to a community who needs it has always been one of my childhood dreams.
You are the 3 million vaccine recipients.
Bentley is vaccinated and loved very much.
You gotta love that Petco love.
Such important work, especially because there is a misconception that shelter dogs are there because something's wrong with them. But that couldn't be further from the truth.
That's right. Most of the time, it's not the dog that failed. It's the people who failed the dog. These pups just want another chance to love and to be loved.
And listen, I have rescued dogs myself. Take a look. This is
yeah.
Charlie and Marty and Kaylee. These pups are my life.
Yeah, looks just like you. You know what?
Settle down.
While we're
settle
busting
down.
out photos, there is Sydney. She came into our life in 2013. We rescued her off the streets. She is not a part of the family. She runs the family. Anyway, while Mark and I share photos of our forever kids, it's time to get back to a tied-up game where the crowd is still buzzing. Here's our good friend Cedric the Entertainer to kick it off. Look at her.
Hey y'all, it's Ced the Entertainer, and I'm ready to go with it. I'm rocking with the Pacific Pups, putting the policies on y'all. Big paws. Ain't no treats in this zone, baby. No treats. Bring us home to Stanley Pup, baby.
The Avalanche's Devin Stays makes an incredible play for the loose puck. The net's wide open. Oh, just missed the net.
He should have definitely taken his time.
And we've got Bartuzzi at center ice, more focused on the ref doll instead of the game.
The Preds Forsberg making a meal out of the ref's toy head.
Dustin Wolf takes advantage, makes a play for the puck, and scores! Team Pacific takes the lead. I mean, you can't let distractions like these take over, or the Pacific will make you pay. Central needs to get their act together and refocus.
Let's huddle up.
Coach O'Terrier calls for the timeout to draw up a play and do just that.
Yellers rolls the ref head into the zone. Bartuzzi centers it. Buparello comes in and fakes the shot. Bartuzzi comes back around and knocks it home. Phenomenal passing and teamwork on display from Team Central, just like the coach drew it up.
Perfect execution, yeah!
Sherry's Central Pups obeyed their coach, and it pays off big time for them.
We got a tie game here, folks. You know, Chris, some major stars are cheering on these pups tonight. One of them, the always hilarious and big-hearted Nikki Glazer. She's a rescue dog champion, and she wants to introduce us to a very special senior pup looking for a forever home.
Hi, I'm Nikki Glazer, comedian, dog lover, and I'll lie and say I'm a lifelong hockey fan. But what I'm not lying about is that I am so honored to support Mayday Rescue. I have 3 dogs from Mayday. You gotta go to their site to see any of the adorable dogs that Mayday has available, like Mona, a 10-year-old, 8-pound, sassy, spunky queen. This bitch carries herself like an entrepreneur that invested early in Google. Don't let the senior title fool you, because Mona is quicker on her feet than Connor McDavid. Getting a senior dog is honestly the kindest thing you can do. And they deserve love. They've had a hard, long life, and maybe they've been abandoned or lost their forever home. They need it more than any other dogs, and you truly will be a hero.
Thanks so much, Nikki and Mona. Like a fine wine, a senior canine can be the perfect pairing for the right forever home.
That's right. No potty training, no chewed-up sneakers, no guessing games.
So if you're looking to add a veteran to your team, visit our partners at Petco Love by scanning the QR code below or going to petcolove.org/Stanley Pup to learn more. Now grab some snacks and give a dog a bone, because it's time for the start of the second period of the Western Conference Finals.
Giddy up.
Minnesota Wild's Buparello keeps the toy from crossing the blue line and takes the shot, but Terrier's holding down the back end and turns him away.
My boy.
Tofuri doing what he does best, talking trash, instigating.
Buparello could quite possibly eat him for lunch. He's that tiny, but man, has he got heart.
And zero fear. I love it. And smart. He just drew the penalty to put Buparello in the box and give his team the pup advantage.
Roughing! Buparello not happy about this call at all.
Come on, ref! Open your eyes, ref!
Pacific's on the power play. Leon Outsidel's got a great chance right in front of the net.
Anyone see the PK9 unit?
And he scores!
Outsidel dragged that puck inside of the net where it mattered most.
It's those greasy goals right in front of the net that are gonna make the difference here today. Team Pacific now leads Team Central 3-2. Let's see if Central's got an answer. Team leader and drool sergeant Logan Drooly knows it's time to reset.
Clearing toys from the defensive zone and apparently burying them in the neutral zone. He brings new meaning to the term, give and go.
And he's wiping the slate clean for a comeback. Possession is the name of the game.
We'll see if Drooly's strategy pays off. Look at that guy, mammoth indeed.
And that's the end of the second. With the Pacific Pups up by 1, it's still any dog's game.
We're just one period away from knowing who will face those Atlantic Division Alphas in the Stanley Pup Championship. So fetch a stick around. We'll be right back.
Orca! Calling all dog lovers in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. Hi, my name is Jacob Slavin, and I play for the Carolina Hurricanes. Meet Orca, a 5-year-old mixed breed from the SPCA of Wake County, who we hear is quite the athlete. And they refer to him as a big old goofball with a heart of gold.
Yeah, there we go.
He will be your ride or die, your training buddy, and your biggest cheerleader. For more info on how to adopt Orca, go to the website below or click the QR code at the bottom of your screen.
Welcome back to the 2025 Stanley Pup. I'm Mark Chinook.
And I'm Chris Rose.
Tails are wagging, biscuits are flying, and the competition is for real tonight.
So hold on to your collars. The final period of the Western Conference Finals starts now.
Team Pacific's grinder, Tyler Toffoli, has been an absolute menace all game. Jake Ottinger has had enough.
Looks like these two are teeing up for a tilt. Time for a good old-fashioned fist of pups, folks.
The other pups give the boys some space, and here we go.
When's the last time you saw a goalie chucking knucks, Mark?
It's been a minute. We are into bench clearing brawl territory now.
We got total mayhem out there.
Break it up, break it up. 5 for biting. I told y'all to keep it clean.
Looks like we've got 5-minute majors as Otter and Toffoli make their way to the penalty box.
An otter and a shark go into a box? I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
With those two out of commission, Devin Stays has a little more room to work with as he drives to the net. He drives it, but then appears to throw it into Park right at the goal line. Team Central has got to finish their plays, especially these grade A looks if they're going to pull off a win here today.
And stay in the playoffs. Mark, this has turned into one heck of a heater, and I am here for it.
Me too, Chris. But while we've got a second, let's cool things down a bit and toss it out west to someone who knows a thing or two about big matchups. Tyler Toffoli of the San Jose Sharks.
Take it away, Tyler.
Hey Stanley Pup fans, I've teamed up with the Humane Society Silicon Valley, an amazing organization that's helping pets in need of loving homes. Meet Roxy. She's a bright 3-year-old large breed mix with a lot of energy, a big heart, and an even bigger personality. Just like us hockey players, Roxy's got a drive, discipline, and a serious team spirit. All she needs now is a forever home.
What a rock star.
I mean, Toffy's the proud papa of rescue dogs. The man knows of what he speaks.
Now let's hear from another star out west. Troy Terrier's human inspiration, Troy Terry.
Hey guys, rescue dogs are truly special and have a lot of spirit. Kinda like Teddy, a 2-year-old beagle from Priceless Pets Rescue out here in Orange County, California. Teddy's playful, hilarious, and totally lovable and guaranteed to make you smile. Let's help Teddy and other dogs like him find their forever home.
As the guy said, if you're ready to add some depth to your team's bench, head on over to petcolove.org/StanleyPup to meet your next pick.
Of the litter. Now let's head back to the ice for the final minutes of the Western Conference battle where Team Pacific leads Team Central 3-2.
Tensions are high with so much on the line. You can see Central starting to get a little desperate out there.
Nashville's Forsberg makes a break for the net, but calls an audible and rips the net right off its posts.
Troy Terrier's got to see it to believe it. Game respects game.
The ref comes in to get everything back up to code.
Hold up. With the ref human distracted, the ref doll comes back into play, and Bertuzzi rips it away.
He takes it coast to coast and scores! This game is tied up.
Wait, Bertuzzi's not done.
Bertuzzi exits the zone, takes another go at it, and scores again! Central wins with just seconds left.
And Team Pacific is stunned.
Yeah, Central!
What a come-from-behind victory for Team Central. Team Central moving on to the 2025 Stanley Cup Finals.
And to think, it all started with that setup from Forsberg, and then big bad Bertuzzi did the rest. That was an incredible game.
Bring it in. Hands in, right here. Stanley Pup on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stanley Pup! Oh boy.
Glad to see all's well between referee Mike and the Pups. No harm, except being torn limb from limb. No foul. All's fair in love and playoff pucks.
100% let them savor the victory. Now, before we drop the puck on the final, it's time for our Ringside Report brought to you by Blue Buffalo.
That's right, Mark. The official Blue Buffalo treat cart has been rolled out onto the ice, and our four-legged athletes are getting treated with delicious Blue Buffalo treats that are made with real meat first.
Who wants a treat?
Would you look at that? You cannot fake that tail wag. These pups are loving every bite. That's the power of tasty, real ingredients in every Blue Buffalo treat.
Absolutely. It's one of the easiest ways to show your pups some love with recipes they drool over, like Blue Nudges Steak Grillers, Blue Bits, and of course, Blue Nudges Chicken Pot Pie.
Yeah, I've been watching these pups and their reactions, and honestly, when it comes to favorite flavors, it's a three-way tie. These pups love them, and who can blame them?
Total crowd pleaser, or should I say, paw pleaser. Hey, whatever you call it, these pups are eating it up.
This is hilarious. These pups are loving it.
Marky, you look like you're enjoying it as much as they are.
Hey, listen, I didn't expect to be treated to a show. I am not complaining.
While the pups refuel and reset for the Stanley Cup Final, let's head on over to our eyes and ears ringside. Michelle Gingras for some game analysis.
Thanks, Mark and Chris. I'm down here ringside where the Blue Buffalo treats are still flying off the cart. And let me tell you, that was one wild game. While Calgary's Dustin Wolf stood tall in net, Philip Forsberg from Nashville and Utah's Logan Druley kept the pressure on with high energy and hustle. And with Dallas's Jake Ottinger spending some time in the penalty box, this was a wild one from start to finish.
And that's our cue. While the pups recharge, our Kitten Ice crew is back with the Zamboni machine getting the ice ready for Game 3. One teeny tiny paw at a time.
Now don't touch that dial. More Stanley Pup when we return. The 2025 Stanley Pup is brought to you by Blue Buffalo, Bissell, and Petco Love.
Boomer, where are you, boy?
Sometimes the unthinkable happens. But with the help of Love Lost and its pet image recognition software, you can just upload your pet's photo and let us do the rest. It's fast and free, so whether you lose or find a pet, use our national database and reunite families. At Love Lost, we believe pets belong at home with those who love them. Petco Love Lost.
Welcome back to the Stanley Pup. We just saw how Petco Love Lost is using powerful new technology to help bring lost pets back home where they belong.
It really is amazing tech, isn't it? Plus, it's fast, free, and could make all the difference in finding your lost family pet.
For more information and to register your pet today, go to PetcoLoveLost.com. AtlanticPup.org.
Now, how about the pair of games we've had so far?
Yeah, they've been great. In Game 1, the Atlantic Pups took down Will Reeves' Metro squad to snag the Eastern Crown.
Team Central squeaked past Pacific in a nail-biter, sending Sherry O'Terry's crew straight to the Stanley Pup Final.
It is all set up for one ferocious finish.
Oh, for sure.
Now look who's coming with the puns.
Hey, listen, I don't have a dog in this fight. All right, let's get down to the ice for referee Mike for the Stanley Pup Final Puck Drop.
Pups, welcome to the 2025 Stanley Pup Championship game. We have the best in the West versus the best in the East. Are we ready? Here we go. Let's play some puck.
And we're off. The Pups are full speed ahead, and judging by these squads, we've got nothing but rock stars on these rosters.
Speaking of which, let's reintroduce our lineups. For the Atlantic Division, at forward, Nick Suzuki from Montreal, and from Toronto, Morgan Ruffley. At center, Dylan Barkin from Detroit, and on the wing is Claude Grau from Ottawa. On defense, Rasmus Dahlin from Buffalo, and in goal from the Boston Bruins, Jeremy Spayman.
Now let's talk about their competition, Sherry O'Terry's Central Division. At forward, Tyler Barktuzzi from Chicago, and Dylan Holloway from St. Louis. On the wings, Mats Arello from Minnesota, and Philip Forsberg from Nashville. On defense, Devin Stays from Colorado, and in goal, Jake Ottinger from Dallas. And rounding out the lineup, Nikolai Yellers from Winnipeg and Logan Druley from Utah.
Now enough barking. Let's get to it.
Ottinger protecting his house. But oh, Florida's Fetchuk with a bold statement. What a mess.
I guess we can consider his territory marked.
We need a cleanup over here. Let's get the ice crew out here. We got yellow ice.
The Zamboni machine is out on the ice, but wait, where is the ice crew? Looks like they're backstage at Kitty Coachella, just straight chilling off the ice.
Those funky little furballs, they're having a blast. I'd also like to join them.
Soon, Chris, soon. We've got a game to play. These cats got a quick change to cleanup crew ASAP. There we go. That's much better.
Is it?
It is. We've got Fetchuk serving a 2-minute minor for delay a game, which puts Team Central on the power play.
Is that Suzuki heading into the goal?
Team Atlantic has thrown the entire rule book out the window.
They threw it out, ran over it, reversed, backed over it again, then took it to the Kitty Coachella after party.
Team Central's got to pivot and really think about their next move.
Power play, let's go!
We made it to the finals, Jules, so lock in and dig deep. Let's fetch and go, boys.
Forsberg gets it started with a solid spinorama.
Like a record, baby.
But Team Atlantic's Braden Pointer latches onto the tire toy, while Toronto's Morgan Ruffley seemingly whispers sweet nothings to the puck.
Praying to the hockey gods, no doubt.
Not a lot of offensive zone time for Team Central on this power play. Penalty kill unit is killing it.
That's just what they needed to shift the momentum back.
All right, you're homeward bound here.
And with that, we are back at even strength.
And ready for a break.
Last year, the NHL made history with PXP launching NHL in ASL, the first ever live sports broadcast on television in American Sign Language, hosted by 2 deaf broadcasters.
It helped make the game broadcast accessible in ASL to over 30 million deaf and hard of hearing people in the United States and Canada. And with that, we're happy to also share that NHL in ASL returns for every game of the 2025 Stanley Cup Final.
And that commitment to helping the hard of hearing continues tonight with ASL interpretation. The Stanley Pup is proud to spotlight a very special dog from Iowa.
Here's the tiny but talented Paula Abdul to tell us about the not-so-tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim is a 6-year-old Great Dane who's deaf and also vision impaired from Upper Midwest Great Dane Rescue. He loves people, slow walks, and truly is a gentle giant. And yes, dogs like Tiny Tim may need a little extra care. but they make wonderful companions. And with the right home, Tiny Tim will absolutely thrive. If you're in Iowa or nearby, let's help Tiny Tim finally find the loving home he deserves.
Every pet, no matter their challenges, deserves a family to call their own. And thanks to Petco Love, finding that perfect match is easier than ever.
If you're ready to find your new best friend, just scan the QR code or head on over to petcolove.org/StanleyPup to learn more.
All right, we are scoreless after one. The rule books have been thrown out the window. We've got cats in the Coachella cradle, and it's time for the second period to start.
Ew, buckle up.
Booparello and his teammate Holloway are in intense discussion out there.
No boops! No boops, boops!
Wait, it looks like there might be too many pups on the ice. I bet he's telling them to get back to the bench.
I think you're right. Yep, here comes the ref.
Minnesota, that's a little too wild for my liking. 2 minutes into the penalty box.
Those are the silly mistakes that lose championships. We'll see if Atlantic will make them pay.
Devin Stays chases Spayman out of the crease, leaving Atlantic's net unprotected and a wide open slot for Central's Dylan Holloway. Goal!
Attaboy, Holloway!
You know he's dreamed about scoring in the Stanley Pup his whole life, all 8 weeks of it. Spayman on the other paw, not happy about giving that one up. Atlantic still on the power play. Central's Stays and Ottawa's Growl battling for the ref doll.
It breaks apart.
Score! Devin Stays scores another short-hounded goal.
And a no-handed ref toy who, let's face it, has been worked like a wishbone today.
Atlantic's gotta feel the pressure. Morgan roughly grabs a stick, barrels through the trap, and score! Wow! Roughly scores one on the power play.
Look at that dog dink and finish, clanking it off the post and straight into the back of the net.
Booparello's chomping at the bit to get out of the box, but before the ref can release him, Roughly finds another opening. Central's Stays with a tremendous block, but Roughly spins out and scores! Morgan Roughly with 2 in a row, and we are tied at 2 apiece. This is the fastest 2 minutes of hockey I have ever lived through.
And it ain't over yet. Central's Nikolai Yellers has Atlantic's Braden Pointer pinned behind the net.
Let's go, Pointer. Show them why they call you Mr. Clutch.
Pointer makes a move, but he's blocked off by Central's defenders. Uh-oh, Central is distracted.
Go, Pointer, go.
Pointer with an open look and score! As Atlantic takes the lead. Back at center ice, it's Central's Bartuzzi and Stays showing some teamwork as they drive to the net. Goal!
Holy cow, I am speechless!
Stays gets credit for the goal and Bartuzzi gets the assist. We have ourselves a tie game again, people.
Literally sweating over here, dude.
I can't feel my toes. This is nuts.
There's no compete like the canine compete. These rescue pups have shown more heart, more grit, more guts than you can shake a stick at. I am simply in awe.
I have gas. We'll be back faster than you can wag a tail.
The final buzzer's almost here. Stick around to see who will slurp from Lord Stanley's Chlurp.
Nice.
Welcome back, Stanley Pup fans. I'm Chris Rose.
Thanks, Roser, and I'm Mark Chinook.
Attaboy, Nooksy. Hey, if you're just tuning in, we're about to start the second period of what I can only describe as a fever dream of a Stanley Pup Finals game.
Couldn't agree more. Teams Atlantic and Central are tied at 3 goals apiece, so it's anyone's game.
Born to bark, built to win. Bring it home, Dylan Barkin, you Motor City mutt. You!
Can I just say this is the most physical Stanley Pup game that we have ever seen. Pups are out there throwing hits, finishing checks, sacrificing their body.
Could not agree more. No one is backing down out there, even the goalies. And here's another big playmaker, Braden Pointer.
His name says it all. All this pup does is score points.
And he's gunning for another one. Stays and Mats Booparello defend the blue line, but Pointer's hunting for the net and score! Get that dog Atlantic takes back the lead.
What a powerhouse. No wonder the boys in Tampa call him Mr. Clutch, because he can drive a stick right over the goal line.
And into high gear. We'll see if O'Terrier's Team Central can pull together in the third.
You didn't come here to sit, stay, and roll over, Rover. You came here to win, Rin Tin Tin. This is the mother fluffin' show.
And with that, the Panthers' own Sam Bennett has a special message about a dog named Hazy.
Hey, Stanley Pup fans. I've been working with the Broward Humane Society this year, and every goal I scored, my charity, Benny's Buddies, is sponsoring a dog or a cat to pay their adoption fee. Meet one of my favorites, Hazy. She's a 3-year-old mixed breed with a caramel coat, a love for rope toys, and a heart as big as her personality. Who's ready to draft her and make her a part of your pack? For more info on adopting Hazy or other amazing pups at Humane Society of Broward, head to the site below on your screen.
Thanks, Sam.
We are officially in a dogfight, Mark. This Stanley Pup Finals, kind of like a chew toy at the dog park. You don't know where it's going to end up.
And speaking of not knowing where you'll end up, the Central Pups guest coach and comedy legend, Sherry O'Terrier, is joining us in the booth for a quick check-in. Sherry, thank you so much for joining us.
Honestly, fellas, anything for a break. I have been working my tail off out there. Do you guys have any idea how exhausting it is to wrangle 8 pumped-up pups chasing their dreams like a cart full of hot dog links?
We're kind of exhausted just watching it.
Your team is up by 1. Talk to us a little bit about strategy.
Well, you know, Mike,
Mark.
potato, I'm throwing everything I got at him. Motivational quotes, peanut butter bombs, pork chops, belly rubs, deep finger ear plate. You do not want to smell these, trust me.
No, I do. Whoa, that's right. Woo! Now, do you think you can lock this down and win this thing?
Well, we're doing our best. But let me tell you, nobody handles pressure better than a dog with a purpose. And these puppies mean the world to me.
That's right. Now, Sherry, you are a big supporter of rescue dogs. Why is adoption so important to you?
Because, Chris, every dog deserves a shot. Not just the fancy doodles, the Kardashians, the Brittany Spaniels, or the Justin Retrievers. They weren't born in Beverly Hills. They were born in a box in an alley next to a tire on fire alone. These pups are survivors. And they got love to give and couches to clean. Adopting a shelter dog isn't just saving a life. It's gaining a companion who sticks with you even if you bomb, Mike.
Mark.
Potato.
Well, couldn't have said it better, Coach. Good luck out there.
We're gonna need it, fellas. Back to the boards I go. Roll.
Coach Sherry O'Terrier, everybody.
Well, there you have it, folks. Those Central Pups are in good hands.
No question about it. It is time now for the final frame of this Fur Fest. Let's flip and go, Mark.
Ruffley's on a breakout run, but Dalish blocks. Ruffley reverses. Buparello with a fantastic back check.
Minnesota's Wild Thing might have just saved the day.
Ruffley and Devin Stays grinding it out.
There's no quit, and I, for one, love it.
Stays heads straight for the goal, but Ruffley yanks him just out of reach.
This is the best two-way defensive play I've seen in a decade. I'll be taking calls from their agents after the game.
Not so fast. Stays and Howlaway stop them dead in their tracks and take control of the sack of peanuts.
Who's going to be the hero? They're going to have to work together to break through.
They're in the zone. Florida's Fetchuk flies on defense. He tries to hold them back, but it's 2-on-1. He's no match for the score! What an incredible play! Incredible teamwork.
We've got a tie game, folks.
1 minute remaining.
Today, you showed them what you are made of.
While the rest of Team Central is distracted, it's Rascal Rasmus Dalish on the prowl again.
It's like he's choosing his weapon.
He wraps his jaw around the ref head. He looks for the open lane, but gets stuck in some traffic around the net. He heads the other way, lines up the right face-off circle, but staves him off.
He is not giving up. There is zero quit here.
He races back to the first net, and Spayman comes to back him up. He takes it to the left dot, takes a shot. Score! Unbelievable effort from Rasmus Dalish. That is time, and Team Atlantic has has won the 2025 Stanley Pup Final. Final score, 5-4. What a finish! The Central brought the intensity, but it's the Atlantic that came out on top in a true nail-biter.
From the opening bark to the final whistle, these pups showed tenacity, they showed heart, and a whole lot of wag. So congratulations to the Atlantic team on claiming the 2025 Stanley Pup title. Wow, just look at them celebrate. This one is a special night. These dogs will have their names etched in history.
Speaking about names to remember,
only one can take home the Golden Bone. This year's most valuable pup is, of course, from the Buffalo Sabres, the ultimate alpha for Team Atlantic, Rasmus Dahlin.
What a game, what a celebration. It is great to see these pups going wild. They earned it.
Let's head down to Michelle for a Pup Cup update on our adoptable dogs.
Guys, what a night, and I have even more good news. Some of those amazing rescue pups you saw playing their hearts out have already found their forever homes. Take a look.
Oh, thanks, Michelle. That is such great news.
But there's still so many more waiting to be adopted. So please, scan the QR code or simply go to petcolove.org/StanleyPup to see which dogs are still available, or you can enter your zip code to find more amazing pups in your own community.
Well, that wraps up an incredible night here at the 2025 Stanley Pup.
A huge thank you to all the shelters, rescue organizations, and volunteers across North America who work hard every single day to give these amazing animals a second chance.
Whether you're fostering, adopting, donating, or simply spreading the word, you're the real MVPs in this game.
And of course, a massive round of applause for the rescue dogs who showed up and showed out tonight. You proved once again that every shelter pup deserves a shot at greatness.
Thanks for being part of the magic. And remember, adopt, don't shop. Good night, everybody.
Good night.